The evolution of Taylor Swift, her music, her style, and her influence. Numerous Grammy Awards winner, singer-songwriter, and country pop star Taylor Swift is living every teenager's dream. Born in a small town, she changed the way the current generation perceived country music. Being compared to the likes of legendary country artists such as Dolly Parton and Willie Nelson, Swift was only 16 when she released her debut album. She is not only a great vocalist, but can also skillfully play instruments such as the guitar, piano, and ukulele. She is the only female artist to have won 2 Album of the Year awards at the Grammys. Her chartbusters like Love Story and You Belong With Me brought her global recognition. With the release of every album, she breaks her own record. She is an inspiration to several aspiring artists. Not only is she listed in the platinum-selling albums of all time, she also embodies compassion as she has extended unending support to several charitable organizations. Childhood and early life. Taylor Allison Swift was born to Andrea Gardner Swift and Scott Kingsley Swift on 13 December 1989 in Reading, Pennsylvania. Her father was a stockbroker, while her mother was a homemaker who brought up Taylor and her younger brother, Austin. She attended Alvernia Montessori School. Taylor and Austin used to attend Bible classes as their parents were Presbyterian churchgoers. When she was only 9 months, her mother placed her on a saddle. From then on, horse riding became her hobby. She was gifted her own pony named Ginger. Taylor went on to win several horse riding races. After moving to Wyoming, she joined the Youth Theatre Academy productions and traveled quite frequently to New York for acting and vocal lessons. She began playing the guitar after a computer mechanic taught her to play 3 chords. She was only 12, but instantly took to country music. She was inspired by Shania Twain and the Dixie Chicks. In school, she won a national poetry competition on submitting a poem called Monster in My Closet. It is her gift for poetry that helped her songwriting. The first song she wrote was Lucky You. Her talent was evident, and so was the support of her parents. Her mother spoke with Dan Dimtro, and with his assistance the 12-year-old was cast in Abercrombie and Fitch's Rising Stars campaign, and was subsequently interviewed by numerous mega record labels. She signed up with RCA Records and began flying from Nashville to Pennsylvania, before her father took a transfer to Nashville to assist his daughter's blossoming career. There she enlisted in our own academy and was homeschooled. A budding artist. As Swift performed at events, she worked with several songwriters such as Brett Beavers, Mac McAnally, and Liz Rose, eventually settling with Liz acting mainly as an editor. In 2005, she performed at the Bluebird Cafe, where she impressed Scott Borchetta, then a DreamWorks Records executive looking to manage his own production label, and he signed her immediately. In October 2006, she released her first album titled Taylor Swift. Her album occupied the number 5 spot on the Billboard, and her songs ran for over 157 weeks. Taylor broke through the music charts with her single Tim McGraw, smartly titled by her management team. She wrote the song in a math class while recalling her senior year boyfriend. The 16-year-old was carving her career with songs like Our Song and Teardrops on My Guitar that became an anthem for teenagers. They went bizarre over her voice, and with that she hit the nail and sealed her stardom. The following year, she released her holiday album, which was titled Sounds of the Season, the Taylor Swift Holiday Collection. And while she continued to open for legendary artists, she continued to promote her debut album as well. Breaking music records. After her initial hits, she recorded the album Fearless, which released with her single Love Story in 2008. It climbed the Billboard at number 4 with You Belong With Me at number 2 on the charts. Billboard 200 announced it as the number 1 selling album of the year in 2009. The music video was also named Best Female Music Video on MTV. That year she was also named Artist of the Year for her album. She became the youngest ever to win the Grammy Award for Album of the Year. She received awards for Best Country Album, Best Country Song, and Best Female Country Vocal Performance. Swift joined hands with several artists like John Mayer, Kelly Pickler etc. releasing singles that continued to rock the music charts, including Today is a Fairy Tale, a single of the Valentine's Day soundtrack. She made her first venture as an actor in CSI, Crime Scene Investigation, where she played a rebellious teenager. She hosted Saturday Night Live, the only star to write her own monologue, and Entertainment Weekly. She made her film debut in the movie Valentine's Day in 2009. In October 2010, her album Speak Now entered the Guinness Book of World Records listing and was titled the fastest-selling digital album by any female artist. It was downloaded more than 278,000 in its first week. In the book, she is also listed as the first female artist to have 10 tracks of her album on the Billboard Hot 100. Success spree. In 2012, with her new album Red, Taylor Swift showed her fans and critics that she wasn't simply a country artist. The album featured various genres such as dance pop, heartland rock and dubstep tracks, which received great feedback. After the release of critically acclaimed album 1989, in 2014, she became the first female to have 3 consecutive albums sell over 1 million copies. Her 1989 World Tour grossed over $250 million, which is her highest collection. She soon became the ambassador of big brands such as CoverGirl, Sony Electronics, and Diet Coke. She soon became a brand in herself and launched her own line of perfumes. In 2017, she released her 6th album, Reputation. The album debuted at number 1 on Billboard 200 and Taylor Swift became the first person to have 4 albums sell 1 million copies within 1 week in the US. In 2019, she released her 7th studio album, Lover. It sold more than 500,000 copies in 1 week in the US and was Taylor's 6th album to achieve this feat. In 2020, Taylor Swift released 2 albums, Folklore and Evermore. In 2021, at the 63rd Annual Grammy Awards, she won the Album of the Year for her album Folklore and became the first woman in history to win the award 3 times. Major works. From Taylor Swift in 2006 to Fearless in 2008, all her albums have made it to the Billboard's Top 100. Her later albums Speak Now, Red in 1989 took her to the hem of country pop music. Though all her songs have won accolades in some form or the other, but chartbusters such as Tom McGraw, You Belong With Me, Teardrops on My Guitar, Love Story and Back to December have her rated at the number 1 spot in Australian, Canadian and Indian music charts. In her career, she has had 4 tours, of which 2, Speak Now and 1989 were world tours. All her concerts are sold out and none have earned less than $100 million. Awards and achievements. She has won several of the most prestigious awards as a vocalist, which include 10 Grammy Awards, 23 Billboard Music Awards, 11 Country Music Association Awards, 8 Academy of Country Music Awards, 19 American Music Awards, 1 Brit Award and an Emmy Award. With her exceptional songwriting skills, she has found a place for herself on the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Personal life and legacy. Taylor's role model has been her grandmother, Marjorie Finlay, an opera singer who made a name for herself as the best of her time. It is listening to her grandmother sing that inculcated love for music in her. The gorgeous pop star has had several affairs with famous celebrities, and none have been hidden from spotlight. She first dated Joe Jonas of the Jonas Brothers in 2008, but the relationship ended with Joe falling for Camilla Bailey. Shortly afterward, she dated Taylor Lautner, John Mayer, Jake Gyllenhaal, Harry Styles, and Calvin Harris. In 2016, she was spotted with Tom Hiddleston, but Taylor later announced that her relationship with Tom had ended. In 2016, she was romantically linked to Joe Alwyn. However, the couple parted ways in March 2023. In August 2016, her mother was diagnosed with cancer. She was so devastated that she launched a campaign for regular checkups for cancer to nip the lethal disease in its bud. Trivia: Swift wrote a novel of 350 pages when she was 12. Her novel is complete, but she doesn't intend to publish it anytime soon. Dear viewers, we have tried our best to provide you an informative video. Please comment that how did you find this video, because your comments and opinion are very important to us. If you like the video, please subscribe our channel and give a thumb up so that you may be updated for our every effort regarding upcoming video. Take care of your good self.